Good day. So here at Sinwapta Falls Trailhead in Jasper. I am back in Jasper officially. I moved back here and now today is my first overnighter of the year, early May, but the weather's good. And we're going out to Big Bend on the Athabasca River. A 7-kilometer hike, one of my favorite places and probably the place I've visited the most out here. So let's go check it out. Okay, so we're on the trail now. So the Sinwapta Falls you can access right from the Parkway, Icefields Parkway. So all the tourists, they go there, but then the trail just kind of disappears into the woods here. It's like, I mean, good big wide trail, but starts getting wet and just disappears into the forest, you know. So that's usually the TSN turning point for the tourists. They especially if they're in flip-flops, you know. So that's other than like hikers and bikers heading out here today, or other campers, there won't be too many people. So yeah, it's nice, so quiet now. It's like it's a short hike, but it's definitely wild in its own way. This is a gateway to some big wilderness out here, so and it pretty much begins right now. It's like bear season. This is the wet section. It's usually pretty damp around here. And the trail pretty much stays like this all the way to the campground, which is about 7 kilometers or so from the falls there. So it's, I think you actually lose elevation hiking in gradual down to the river, so it's for like a good beginner's hike, I guess you could say, like, you know, for wanting to try a backcountry experience, because it's, you know, short distance, the trail's big and wide, you know, it's a little muddy in spots, but otherwise pretty good. And yeah, nice, beautiful campground, like very scenic, as you'll see. So, yeah, kind of reward for effort level is high for sure on this one. We're getting pretty close here now. Probably less than a kilometer or so. And we'll be at the camp. And, awesome views. Oh man. So good to be back out here. Whew. Swallows you in. Yeah, look at this. This is what you get. Oh, it's good to be back. Let's get to camp. So pretty beautiful spot there for the fireplace and fire pit and the eating area. And then the campgrounds are just down from behind there. So it's actually a little better out of the wind. It gets pretty windy up there sometimes. But looks like nobody else is here yet. It's about 4:45. So maybe I'll be the only one tonight. I mean, it was pretty cold right up until about a week ago. Then we got this huge heat wave and just all the snow melted. It started melting the valleys and stuff. So there's a big pile of firewood over here. Awesome. I'll bring that back up to the fire pit. Cheers. Welcome back. One for the homies. Well, it's been a couple of years or so, but it's damn good to be back here at one of my favorite places in the whole world. As I say every time, but lots of good memories here. That was pretty much my first overnighter in Jasper, first winter camp in Jasper ever. Was out here. A few of them. Good times with friends out here, good times alone, good times meeting other people. Yeah, lots of memories. I'm sure there's others who could share the same sentiment. It's been probably a lot of people's first time backcountry trips too, because it's pretty easy trail in. A lot of overweight packs of happy beverages and whatnot. So unfortunately it's a little beat up too because of that. It's been abused and a little disrespected with people having fire pits in places they're not supposed to, and cutting down trees they're not supposed to, and things like that. So it's kind of been catch-22. It's a beautiful place, but it's been abused as well. So you ever come out here, please treat it with respect that it deserves. It's still very wild backcountry out here. And the grizzly encounter I had right at the fire pit is testimony to that a few years back. So I got lots of stories from this very spot for sure. And here's another one in the making today. Good to be back. Well, one good thing about this spot, I guess, someone split some wood here. So I'll take that back up to the main fire pit where it belongs. I'll burn that shit. Got some ribs I got from work. Some instant mashed potatoes for dinner. I did bring my fishing rod. I'm not much of a fisherman, but I don't know. It's a little silty, but I might maybe later on try. Be nice to catch a fresh fish for dinner. But if not, I got ribs. So I'll bring this up there, and hopefully that storm's breaking up and we'll have a fire. Okay, you see those two little spots there? That piece of reinforced material? That's bear's teeth taking a bite there. And then that patch there was like a tear with his claw. So that happened 4 years ago, or 5 years ago almost. Grizzly came and, yeah, I don't know, maybe just the discoloration attracted his curiosity, and he whoop, took a bite. And then he walked up the path up to the fire pit there where I was, and we kind of met right there for a moment. That was kind of interesting time. There's a bit more to that story too, but maybe I'll share it. We'll see. On. There's fire. Looks like hopefully I'll miss the storm there. Nice and warm. Beautiful day. Nice to have some firewood there. Slim pickings around here because it's a pretty popular place, so don't get a lot of firewood. And like I said, people will cut down trees they're not supposed to and shit. Used to be a lot more trees around this or fire pit here, but mostly all gone now. either cut down or blown down by the wind. So it's been through a few changes, this campsite. But look at that though, can't beat that view, right? So I've been in a window of kind of sunshine since I got here. It's like dark all around, but it's getting a little darker. And usually the weather comes from that way. That's where the winds come from. So if you look straight up that valley in the middle, that's basically looking towards the headwaters of the Athabasca River, which is this river, which flows into, eventually will flow into Great Slave Lake and onto the Arctic Ocean. But the very headwaters are way up that valley, about 30 kilometers. And at the mouth of the Columbia Glacier off Columbia ice fields. So you get a lot of winds come from that direction. They're called catabatic winds. I think I got that right. It's just off the, the wind pressure, whatever, coming off the glacier there. And sometimes you get a nice cool breeze because the ice cools the air down. Just pushes it right down through here. So this can be a very windy place at times. But it's nice and calm right now, but it's probably the calm before the storm. Because it's calling for some rain tonight, but it's supposed to be clear tomorrow. This jagged peak here with all the jagged spine. That's called Dragon Peak. Yep. Pretty fitting. Let me get a better look here. Yeah, that's Dragon Peak. Apparently there's a lake up behind the mountain there. We tried to get in there one time by friends and I crossed the river and we got up into there. But it was still early season like it is now. There's a lot of snow. So we didn't make it. And that was a fun weekend and an adventure with some buddies. Another story to be told here. And of course the grizzly bear encounter. I was pretty much standing right here. And he was pretty much right at that tree. And the one and only time I forgot my bear spray too. And the picnic table was basically right here between us. And he just appeared, We just kind of looked at each other and I just tapped the table nice and calmly. Yo, bear. Same bear that bit my tent. And yeah, he just was on his nightly rounds. A little more curious than I would have liked, but he continued on down that way towards the Athabasca Crossing Trail or campground. So that was 5 years ago around this time, just after my mom passed. I brought her ashes out here a little bit and spread some amongst the primrose and in the river onto the Arctic Ocean. And then that bear showed up just out of nowhere. So kind of a spiritual moment. That was 5 years ago. And it was 30 years ago basically today that I was in Jasper doing my first hike ever, seeing my first deer on my first trip out west. So kind of coming full circle here, being back in Jasper. I was supposed to hike the West Coast Trail, go to the Stampede and go home. And here I am in Jasper 30 years later. Still haven't hiked the West Coast Trail either. Don't want the holiday to end, I guess. But I didn't even know about the Rockies back then, so this place kind of blew my mind. It's fitting, I guess, that I'm back here 30 years later. So, anniversary of a few here today. So feels really good. lots of reflecting. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Messy, but worth it. Oh yeah, it's falling right off the bone. Well, that was a bit of a rush dinner fire there. But hopefully this just blows through. Winds are pretty strong, so maybe it'll just pass over. But got lots of dry wood out there still. So if it clears up, I'll go back out. If not, no big deal. That's the fireball here. We'll finish that off. Still nice. I don't care, rain or shine. It's good to be out again. Good to be out here, Big Bend, and got the place to myself, which kind of surprised me. But I guess because it was probably still snow here up to a couple weeks ago, so weather's it's got super warm in May. Boom, like that. So no one's really getting out. Everyone's kind of probably just hitting all the trails around town, shit. So there's been a lot of people out here. Probably more bikers and stuff than anything. So yeah, it's nice. It's the best part about early season. You might look at the best conditions, man, but definitely the quietest time. If you want some peace and quiet to yourself, which I do. This place getting loved to death now, but at least there's only so many people can come in because there's only 4 sites and it's all reservations now. So come summertime, it'll probably be hard to get a spot here. So right now is the best time. I was quite happy on this decision to come out for a night. Go. Should get her going. Well, pretty nice morning. Can't beat that. overexposed, can't quite see those mountains over there, but yeah, pretty much what the forecast here was calling for. Some rain last night, supposed to be clear today. There's a few wispy clouds, but the sun's shining. There's some blue sky. Hopefully it stays this way. It's where you keep your food in there. Those boxes, they don't have the bare wire anymore, which they can fall down, and, like the trees that hold them up, or a tree will fall on it and break the wire, or a lot of times people don't rehook them back and animals get snagged in them, like elk and animals with antlers. So I think the bare boxes here, much better idea for campgrounds that they can get them into. Yeah, perfect morning, that's for sure. Good to have view, eh? Not too bad. Not bad. Water's pretty silty. It's up a little from last night, I guess, with the rain. Doesn't look like I'll bother trying to fish in that murky water today. The valley needs water, so let it flow. A spot for eating area. Huh. Not bad. Well, all packed up with stuff. It's about 10:40, so I might just hang out for a bit because it's a perfect day today. Perfect. It's a nice hike out, and probably won't film too much on the way out because there's not much to see really, so but this is why I come here. Very special place to me. Yeah, so probably head out in a little while here, and then head back to Jasper and get some food. Enjoy the rest of the day. Back to the grind tomorrow. Well, all packed up, ready to go. Probably 11:30, I guess. I'd love to stay all day, of course, which I guess I could, but should be getting back to town and check in on the kitty cat. She's getting old, and it's kind of hard to leave her. She's yeah, it's hard taking care of an old sick cat, so I don't like to leave her too long. But yeah, another perfect trip out here for sure, and probably be back, of course, but for For my first of the season hike, couldn't ask for better. Trail's in good shape, campground's in good shape. I mean, you can't beat a view like that from a fire pit, right? Yeah, if you're a first time overnighter or first time solo, something like that, this would be a perfect one for sure, especially for effort and reward. Trailing's pretty easy, pretty mundane, I guess, but it's got its own beauty and its peacefulness, so you don't have to hike too long and then you're here. Like I said, it's treat it well because it's been beaten up, and still be aware that this is deep, serious backcountry and there's bears and everything else, so be good out here. It'll be good to you. Alright, about a couple of kilometers to go. So this is like the wettest part of the trail, pretty much mucky and slippery. And they built this boardwalk. This is all new since I was here last. Pretty awesome. Saves you any chance of slipping in mud, getting your feet wet, whatever. So yeah, it's nice. Good job. Alright, made it. Back at Snow White here. So that's a perfect first hike of the season, overnight. One of my favorite places, and another memory to add on to all the others. So, yeah, good trip. Time to go get some food. Hungry. Alright, till next time.